Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, and welcome to the 5 elements of finance automation. And this is our second installment of the webinar series, Streamlining Your Accounts Payable Workflow. My name is Michael Douglas, Senior Product Marketing Manager here at Celigo, and I'd like to introduce you to my colleague, Chris McCarthy. Hey, Chris.
Hi, Michael.
Chris, would you want to give a bit of background on yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. So hi, everyone. My name is Chris McCarthy. Like Michael's saying, I'm a senior solution consultant here at Celigo. I've been at Celigo now a little over 3 years, about 3.5 years now. My background is in the ERP space. I used to work over at Oracle NetSuite as a implementation consultant. I also worked there as a solution principal, worked out in the partner network with some various other enterprise level systems and how they'd feed data into and out of different ERPs. And then slowly but surely, I ended up here at Celigo, where I've helped our customers to help integrate their various different applications. So thanks for having me.
Great. Thanks, Chris. And welcome everybody today. What we're going to be doing today is kind of going through some of the challenges as it relates to accounts payable. And then we're going to be jumping into a demo that outlines how Celigo helps within the accounts payable workflow. And we'll be stopping in for some Q&A before we finish up, and look forward to getting into it. So let's just jump directly into it then. Right, and as we know, accounts payable is really the snapshot of a company's financial health, right? And the accounts payable departments are responsible for tracking, what's owed to suppliers, ensuring payments are properly approved, and processing payments, etc. And the accounts payable, there's the Institute of Finance and Management did a study across all of the different financial element or the different business process within finance, and found that it's the most time-consuming, laborious, and paper-intensive finance and administrative function, right? And that's coming directly from controllers within a survey from the Institute of Finance and Management. But some of the other challenges that we see within accounts payable is really the increase in fraud. So because a lot of organizations have a very paper-based or spreadsheet approach to accounts payable, the level of sophistication and hackers and fraudsters have increased, and that really exposes the risk of fraud within the accounts payable process. Secondly, the lack of data management, right? So as organizations scale, right, they might be able to handle their accounts payable process when they're a small organization with only, handful, maybe 20, 30 customers. But when they scale up and they start getting hundreds of customers and multiple suppliers, their inability to handle that large volume of data combined with the silo systems, right? So they're acquiring applications and point-to-point solutions as they scale up, and that really impacts their ability to handle the scale and handle the ability to service net new business. And lastly, it's removing the paper and manual effort, right? So there's a lot of inefficient paper-based processes that go into the accounts payable process, right? So data entry, wasting valuable time and resources really increases the risk of error and providing less process transparency. So it's very difficult for a supervisor or a manager to go back and kind of trace where a manual mistake was made because of all of these manual processes. And as we know, business process automation is getting more complex than ever. So there's more and more applications that are being added on a monthly and even weekly basis that really impacts an organization's ability to handle all the data, to handle the scale and complexity of this. And how Celigo helps from an accounts payable perspective is we have what's called Celigo's Vendor Payment Manager. And really it's about making accounts payable processes more efficient by automating FTP transfers, vendor payment files from your ERP to banks, and corresponding the acknowledgements and the summary files from banks back to your ERP, right? So it works both ways, going from you to your bank and back from your bank to your ERP. And this helps companies scale without having to add more staff and as the number of payments grow. And so since Vendor Payment Manager is out of the box application, companies can gain a lot of rapid time to value. So they're not having to build it all from scratch. They're having pretty much 80% of the application out of the box. And then there's customization on the automation workflow integration perspective.